All right. So now we're on. Okay, so we have our multiple abacus. 1, 2, 3. Are we doing these? Yeah, we'll do these. Okay, so we're doing abacus. We're counting. We're just counting right now, but we can actually do some adding and subtracting. So on my abacus, I can actually add. So if I have my lower numbers, right? So that's 2. How do I know that's 2? Because it's touching the beam, right? When it touches the beam, this is counted. So this is 2. 1, 2. And then that's 3. 1, 2, 3. All the lower beads have a value of 1. So this is 3. But when we do place values, abacus also shows place values. Place values is 10, 0, 1. If this is 10, then this is 20, and then that's 30. So on the abacus, it's just like, right? It's just like the place value. So this is 1s, and this is 10s. So when we do 10, right, that's 10. We do 20, that's 20. Okay, and then we do 30, this is 30. Let's do 32. So 32, just like how the abacus is, right? 32. Okay, so abacus also introduces place value. Well, we have 42, right? 42. Just like how when we write, this is all the 10s and this is all the 1s, just like on the abacus. So when we do, so then what's after 4? What's after 4? Well, what's after 4 is 5. 5 will always be the top bead. So we have the beam. This beam is what makes it count. When we have it touch like that, that's 5. So this is 5 and that's 5. But it's not really 5, this is actually 50. Okay, 50, why? Because it's the 10s and the 1s. So it's a 5 and a 0. You can do 51, right? That's 51. And then there's 52, 52, right? 5, 2. That's 60. Okay, let's go back. And then that's 500. 502. How do I know? Well, since this is the 1s, right? This is the 1s. This is the 10s. This is the hundreds. Hundreds. So this is 500, 0, 3. 503. So then we do 503. Oops. Well, all right. So that's what this is. So when we count it, right, abacus also does place value. So the place value is very helpful on the abacus. It translates very well to as we write it. So when we write, if we do this one, if you notice, this specific one has 2 dots. There's this dot here and then this dot here. These dots are signifies the, what do you call it? The place value, I don't know what you call it. Because these are the ones and this would be the hundreds, right? Or thousands. So it's 1, 10s, hundreds, thousands. And you know how there's a comma after the thousands? So it'd be 1, 0, 0, 0. That'd be like, that's what the dots for. The dots to show, where are you? There we go. The dots to show that that's also a place value, right? It's an anchor value. I guess it's called anchor value. So that's what the counting. So I have a book. This book is all about the beginning of abacus, but it's also the beginning of learning how to count. So we have it where I have 12 levels, 12 lessons, and each lesson is a different way. So we count and we talk about like understanding what the numbers look like. So a 0 looks like this, and that means that there's nothing in the thing. So, there we go. So this is a preschool where we're just learning how to count the numbers, read the numbers. So I have it where I have the number word. So 1 is O-N-E, and then there's trace the numbers. And then I wanted to have them to understand what it's like to look at the abacus as well as find the abacus and use the abacus. So in the beginning, it's like understanding what this looks like, right? So this is 2. So they would have to find, or that's 1. So right, so we're on page 1, so this is 1. And then we do 2, and then we do 3. Did I do 3? No, I didn't do 3. I did 1. Yeah, I finished 1. So then what I did was I just kept going. So we did 2, and then, you trace the number 2. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Trace the number 2. This is what the 2 looks like on the abacus. There's the number 2, 1, 2, W, O, and then 2 snakes. So the idea was a 1-to-1 correlation. So then, so kids can understand, how to do this. And then they trace the number because I want them to practice how to trace. Oh, what was a really good trick? Was if they had problems with, holding the pen or the pencil. Where's my... holding a pencil, because we want them to hold the pencil like this. So we put a a hairband, a hair tie, and then we stick it through, and then we have them do that. And then they practices to write, so they can write their 2s, just like that. But you have to be careful. It might, cut off circulation. Is it like that? Yeah. So maybe the once around, right? So just like that. And then the kids can practice their holding like that. So this is 2, and then this is finding the abacus, and then this was trying to find the number, and then I have it where it's the same thing, try to find the number. But you know what? I'm going to change this, right? So here it says, if this is the number 2, so we want to color it in. So we have 2, right? Because that looks like 2 and that looks like 2. So let's color it in. Oh, maybe I could do that. Okay. So, so I color it in because that's the 2, right? And then that does not look like 2. So we're going to cross that out. And then this does not look like 2 because that's the top bead. So the idea was to recognize what the 2 looks like. And then this is not a 2. This is bigger. And then this is big as well, right? So this is 2, but this is not 2. It's tricking because the top bead is touching, but if the top bead is touching, then that's not 2. So the idea here was to get the children to understand what it's like to do this. So it was like a lot of finding Wally. This one is not 2, so we cross it out, and then this is 2. So we want to color it in because we found 2. And then this is not 2, and then this is 0, right? So then I should write how many dots to make it 2. I add 2 dots, 1, 2, to make it 2. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And then this is not 2, because that's what that looks like, right? So that's not it. And then this is 2, so I'm going to color that in. And then this is not 2. This is not 2, but this is 2. And then this is 1. How many dots do I need to add to make it 2? So add 1 more dot to make 2. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. All right, I'm going to add that in. How many dots? There we go. How many dots to make a 2? Okay. That's a good one. How many dots to make a 2? How many dots to make a 2? I need a pencil. How many dots to make 2? There's another way of doing this. This is also, I was going to add this as a greater than less than. But anyways, so we have it where we're learning how to do number 3. So on the abacus, here is my abacus, and I do 3, 1, 2, 3. And then again, there's tracing, right? So hopefully the tracing can make sense. And then this is what it looks like on the picture of the abacus, and this is what the abacus looks like in real life. And then we have 3, T-H-R-E-E, 1, 2, 3. And then there's tracing. So this is my preschool book. And then, let's see, we did 4. And then after 4, there's a bunch of activities. So we have 4, and then we have a bunch of activities that they do. So this is where they follow the path, and then again, they follow the path. And then I have a color by number. Yeah, I have a color by number. I really like the color by number. So the idea for the color by number is that they can select, the children can select any color key that they want, and then they color it in, and then they have to find the number. So if this is 1, they would have to find all the 1s. And then they would have to color it in. And then the other one is 3, so they would have to color in all the 3s. So they would have to find the 3 and then color it in. There was another activity I was going to make. I have to think about it some more. This one here is 0, so we have to write 0 here. That's why it's blank. And then they have to find the abacus. Ooh. Then they have to find the abacus. So then here, this is 3, so that's not right. But this one is 0, so it's this one, right? And then this one is not, because there's a beads are touching the beam. We want to make sure that the kids pay attention to this beam. So hopefully that and then this would translate. Each child should have their own abacus. And then there's a color by number. And then that's lesson 1. Lesson 1's pretty easy, right? Like the idea for lesson 1 is just to do, the idea of to do lesson 1 and lesson 2 is just understanding the bead recognition. So understand what the beads look like and how to read it. So this is 0, this is 4, this is 2, this is 1, and that's 3. Yeah. And then we're on to lesson 2. But in here, what this is a bucket. So this is the bucket. And I have it where they can, when they finish the chapter, when they finish the lesson, they can cut it out and then they can glue it here. That was the whole point for this. I already cut mine out. And then I have the next lesson is lesson 2, and we start talking about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a little beaten up, but it's well worn, I guess. So the idea here, right, is to know what the number 5 is. So that's 5. If you have a Chinese abacus, if you have a Chinese abacus like this, the counting's relatively the same, but it's not horizontal like that. It would have to be vertical like this. Why? Because this has to do with place value. So the place value on the Chinese abacus is just exactly like this. There's another one that goes like this, and there's no place value. It's just a bunch of, but I don't have that. I don't have that sort of abacus where there's the beads or across. But it doesn't make sense because this is, this is more representative. So here, if I do 5, so I do 1. Let's do 1. Let's start with 1. On the Chinese abacus, how do I know it's Chinese? Well, there's 2 beads on top and 5 beads on the bottom. Whereas the Japanese abacus is 1 bead on top and 1 bead and 4 beads on the bottom. Most of the world is using the Japanese abacus because it's more efficient. I will show you. Why is it more efficient? I will show you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Chinese has an extra one, right? Makes it 5. On the Japanese, that's 5. But on the Chinese, that's also 5. So there's 2 ways to show 5, which is kind of redundant, right? But you just have to make sure, and you kind of have to read it. Like, you have to think about if this is 5 or if this is 5, right? You have to think about it. I feel like there's a little bit of static on that. Okay, let's continue. So there's 6. That's 6. Because this will always be 5. Going back. This will always be 5. So then anyway, 6, and then 7, and then 8, and then 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky because that's 10. How do I know? Well, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on the Japanese abacus is this. That's all it is. That's it. But on the Chinese abacus, this is 10. That's 10. That's 10. So there's 3 ways to get to 10. And I'm like, what? That's too many ways. 1 way is fine, right? But then you're going to have to count it, right? It's harder to see that all of this together. I mean, unless you memorize that this is 5. But all of this together, it's harder to see that this is 10. I'm used to this, right? That's 9. 9, 9, 9, 9. And then that's 10. But then I have to remember that that's 10, and then that's 10. So, but this abacus, we're only talking about up to 9 because I didn't want to have to explain the place value on this one. Because the place value is 1s and then 10s. If you have a Chinese abacus, you could still use it. The only thing is you just have to use the middle parts. Just like that. And all the bottom parts is just kind of extraneous. Right. Let's see. Do I have any comments? Comments, questions? No comments? Let's see. Just checking to see if there's any comments. I don't know how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with my book. This book is available. I have it all printed out. I'm actually pretty fond of it. Anyways, so we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when we do it, we have 5, and then 6 looks like that. And then 7 looks like that. 8 looks like this. And then 9 looks like that. We have tracing, more tracing. So we trace the 5. This is what the 5 looks like. And then this is the number, this is the word 5. And there's 5 horses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we trace the number. And then we have to find the abacus. Well, I didn't find the abacus, but I'll do it next time. And then this one was to circle the 5. To get the children to recognize what the number 5 looks like. And then this one is the same thing, right? Find the abacus. So if I have 5, I want to try to find the abacus that looks like 5, like this one. So I'm going to color it in. And then this is not 5. Oh, that's 2. How much do I need to make 5? So if that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, maybe I should do it on this one. So like this one here, this is 1. How much more do I need to make 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I need 5? No, that's too much. Excuse me. This one is not 5 because that's, 3 extra. And then this one, not 5, this is 1 extra. How would you say extra? I guess we could say +1. And then this one would be +3. And then this one would be +2. I guess we could say that. This one is 4, right? How much do I need to get 5? You need to get 1 more dot to make a 5. Okay, maybe I'll do that. So here's 3. How much do I need to make 5? Let's count. 3, 4, 5. And then this one is 5, so I'm just going to color it in. Oh, maybe I should do yeah, okay. So then here is 1. So how much do I need for 5? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dots. Okay, I'm going to do this. So here, this is 5, so I'm just going to color it in. Okay, this one has more than 5, right? If the top bead's 5, how much is left? How much more is it? It's 1 bead. So the idea is that the kids will see that this is 1 bead, right? This one here is 3 beads. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, so this one is not 5. How much more is it? This one is 2. 1, 2. So write down 2 beads. And then this one is 0. So how much do I need to get 5? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one. This one is how many? Too many. How many is too many? 3. How do I know? Because it's 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. I should do that. So here is 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. But how much do I need for 5? I need 4, 5. Okay. So this one, how many beads is it more than 5? Because this is 5. So count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has 4 extra beads. How many extra beads? Yes, that's what it is. So this is the same thing, right? 4 extra beads. Oh my goodness, there's 28 questions. Oh no, messages. No. Okay, good. Okay. No, anybody have questions? Okay. So then this one is 4 beads, right? So how many dots do I need? I need 1 dot to make 5. Because the idea is to keep making a 5. This one is 0. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then this one is 2. How many to make 5? 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one is 1. How many to make 5? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I like that. I like that. I need to like figure out the thing. What's that? Sent a... Oh, hi. Okay. This is interesting. I have to rewrite this. This is much better. This is a much better exercise. So write the number if it's more than 5, and then write the dots to make a 5. Oh, that's brilliant. I just got to figure out how to rewrite that. Look at the abacus. What is it? Look at the abacus. Look at the abacus. All right. If it's less than the number, I don't know. I have to figure that one out. If it's less than the number, make the abacus equal to this number. Add dots together with the abacus to make the number. I think that's right. Add dots to add up to number 5. Oh, I wonder. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to see. And then if it's more than 5, write how many more, how many beads, how many more beads, Oh no, I have to figure that out. If it's more than 5, right, write how many more beads. I'd have to figure that out. Maybe I'll get ChatGPT to help me figure it out. So I think that's a better activity. Oh, I like that. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So that's 6. So trace the 6. Here's the number 6. And then on my abacus, I show 6. And that's 6. And then I have 6 sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sheep looks a little strange. They look a little derpy. But I'm not going to complain because I'm not one to draw. So 6, S-I-X. And what else? Then trace the number 6, and then find the 6. I think so. Find the number 6 on the abacus and find the actual number 6. Yeah. And then here, yes, I'm going to change this one to say, if I have a number, how does it work? So this is the number. Is there 6? No, there's more than 6. Well, what does 6 look like? 6 is 1 bead on top, 1 bead on bottom. How many extra beads are there? There's 2 extra beads. Oh, yeah. So then they can see that there's more, right? So this one is 6. So I'm going to color that in. I'm going to color it in orange. Yeah. So I've created this abacus workbook. It's available on Amazon. But this one is talking about, 0 to 9. And then we do adding and subtracting towards the end. That's all the adding and subtracting towards the end. But I'm not even there yet. I'm still in the beginning of the book. All right. Because I think I want to modify it. I'm going to create a new book. So this one is 5. How many dots do we need to make 6? We need 1 dot to make 6. So there's 6. This one is, if this is 6, right? 1 bead here and 1 bead here. How many extra beads are there? There's 1 extra bead. I think that would be good because then they're analyzing what the beads are. I'm going to have to try this out. So this is 6, so I'm going to color it in. It's a different way of thinking, that's for sure. Okay, this one is 3. How many dots do I need to make 6? 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, so this is a counting on activity. So count on if abacus is less than the number, add dots to count on to make 6. That sounds way better. If abacus is less than the number, which is 6, then the number 6, add dots to count on to make 6. So this counting on is like the number bond, right? I don't know if I'm going to put in a number bond. I think that'd be too much. But this one is less than 6, right? Because this is 4, right? 5, 6. Add dots to count on to make 6 or make the number, right? So this is 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do like this activity. This is 6 because there's one bead on top and one bead on bottom. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about it and muddling it through my head. All right. Any questions? Invite. Nope. No questions. Yeah. All right. So then this is 1. So how many dots to count on to make 6? So if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. And then this is 0 because none of the beads are touching. So what do? We count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6, so we're going to color it in. Yep. Okay, so there's 6 here, right? But there's more than 6. How much more? How many beads? How many beads are more? How many more beads? There are 3 more beads. So it's if 6 and 3, then you get 9. There's 6 here, right? If this is 1, this is 5, this is 6. Oh yeah, this is better. Color in the number 6. How many extra beads are there? There are 2 extra beads. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is 6, so I'm going to color in the whole thing. Okay, so color in the 6. So I color in the 6. 5, 6. How many extra beads are there? There's 1 extra bead. This is 5. So how many? So we need 1 dot to make 6. There's 1 dot here. How do you make 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6. This is 0, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this is 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this is 4. 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's a brilliant. How many? Okay, that would be the key. The key is that they would have to color in the bead. Yeah. Color the abacus. Color abacus beads to make 6. Extra beads. Count the amount. Write the number of extra beads. Yeah, okay. I think that's a really good activity. That's not too bad. All right. So, what's next? We have 7. So it'd be the same thing, right? And then we have, let's see, any questions? Oh, I don't know if these are questions. No questions. No questions. All right. So we're still talking about abacus. Okay. And then we are, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change it so it looks like this. So I have to rewrite it. But then I have to re-record it. Yeah, okay. Anyways, re-record. Okay. So let's see. I have those books, and then I have these books. Let's see. So then, can I make this better? I think so. Tracing 7, so 7 and then 7. You know what? Maybe what I do is color the abacus beads. Okay, yeah, color the abacus beads that make 7. So then that would be, so I have to change this. And then I have to write down color abacus beads. Color active abacus beads. Yeah, so then they could see it. 1, 5, 6, 7. Yep. All right. And then how do you spell 7? S-E-V-E-N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Count the crocodiles. Count the animals? Can I say that, or should I say crocodiles? Color the active abacus beads. Trace number. Trace number. Trace number. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have to shrink this a little bit and make it better. Make it more efficient. Make it more interactive. All right. So we can trace our numbers. And then here, we have to find the number 7, and we're going to just circle it. So that'd be 7. That's not 7, but this is not 7. Ooh, I need to cross it out like that. This one is not 7, but this one is 7. And then this one, not 7. No, 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 yes. Right. And then here, they would just circle the 7. And then they trace the number. Yep. So then we're here. And then this is where we start analyzing. So this is 5. How many dots do they need? They need 5, 6, 7. So there's 2 extra dots that they need. So this one is 5, and I'm going to color it in. This is 2. So how many do we need to make 7? Well, let's count on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6. Count on to 7. 6, 7. This one is 7, This one is 3. Count on to 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one is 4. Count on to 7. Add the dots to count on to 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7. Color it in. This is 4. How many dots do I need to make 7? Count from the abacus to the number. Count on, so 4, 5, 6, 7. This one, Okay, this one is 3. Count on to 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means I would have to do an answer key. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I'd have to do an answer key. All right. So this one, color in the number 7 on the abacus. 5, 6, 7. So now, how many more beads are there? There are 2 more beads. Yeah, okay, so this is 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one is 9. Color in the active, color in 7, color in the beads that represent 7. So that's 7. So now count the extra beads plus 2, because there's 2 extra beads to make 7. So this is 7, and we're going to color it in. Okay. And then this is 1. So count on from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this one is color it in. Okay, I think I'm going to head out. I have a color by number, and then I have marking the activities. But this is all abacus based, and it's all available on Amazon. So then they have activities where they can follow the path. These are okay. These are still good. I think I just need to change out the thing, but I think it's okay. And then here is that they have to find the abacus. So they count the items. So there's how many ducks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ducks. So here on the abacus, they have to find 8. Well, this one is 4. How do I know? Because all the lower beads has a value of 4. Value of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. So it's not this one. So I crossed that one out. So then we look. This one, what number is that? Well, if 5 is up here, 6, 7, 8. So it's that one. And then I write the number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's okay. I think that one's still okay. And then we're done with lesson 2. Ta-da! See, and then there's a little sticker. So then that means you fill out your box, your bucket. And then we have number 3. I think I'm just going to create a new book. I don't think I want to touch this one. So we have it where maybe here I need to make these hollow so they can color it in, because this would be 1. That would be 1. This would be 2. Right? Because there's 2 beads. 2 beads. And then the idea here is to draw 3 beads. If this is 4, that's 5. Oh, I have to make a 5. Hi, dog. Yes. 5. So this is 1. So what's after 1? What comes after 1? 2. So we have to draw 2. 1, 2. And then there's cloud counting. Yeah, I think for this one, I want to count forward. So I can do is I can make another puzzle. What's before and what's after. Oh, and then this is connect the dots. Connect the blue dots. Start from 0. So this is 0, right? And then goes to 1. So that's 1. This is 1. This is 2. So it goes like that. And then that's 3. Because after 1, 2, 3. Yes, dog. And then 4. And then 5. And then that's the dinosaur. That's the connect the dots. Now we're counting backwards. We're on lesson 4. Lesson 4, counting backwards. So the good thing about this, right, is that the kids can see, using the abacus, what 1 less is, right? So we have 9, and we take away 1. See, because they can take away 1, they know that that will be 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was this activity. And then tracing, well, hopefully they know how to write the number, right? Like that, and then like that. And then this one was, the idea was that they would like draw the number, they draw the abacus beads. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this. So then here we have 8, right? What is before 8? Before 8, so if I take away 1, right? Count that, 5, 6, 7. So if this is 8, and I take away 1, that's 7. And then to draw it, 5, 6, 7. So here, 7 on the abacus. Hi, Audrey. How you doing? I'm surprised you're not asleep. So we have 7. Sorry, we have 7. Hi, everybody. Okay, 7. So then we write the number 7, and then what's the number before? Well, all we have to do is take away that number, right? So when we take away the number, we recount it, 5, 6. So it's just a concept to like get the kids to get used to understanding, like if they take away 1, that's counting backwards as opposed to counting forward. So that's what this activity is. And there's more activities. Yeah. There's the mushroom hop, but this time I'm helping them, right? So here, this is 9. Oh, maybe I should put in like lines, and they write 9. Maybe I put like lines here, and they put 8, right? So then they see it, 9, 8, and then what number is that? Oh, that's 7. Because they don't do the thing. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So they could see it too. So what number is this? 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I put the number 8 here, right? And then after that, they go here. Oh, maybe I have to have them draw the arrows too. Draw the arrows. And then what number is this? This is 7. How do I know? 5, 6, 7. So they could see 8, 7, and then what's after 7? And draw the arrow to 6. I don't know if they should draw the arrow. Yeah, think about that. I don't know. Well, I'll add a note. I should add the note. add writing lines. Writing lines for number. Draw arrows to the previous mushroom. Draw arrows. Draw an arrow to the previous mushroom. From the ladybug. From ladybug. Draw arrows to the previous mushroom. But there's no ladybug here. That means I gotta put a ladybug on every one of them. Okay. So I gotta put in ladybugs. Ladybug. Bug. Each line. All right. So that's an improvement. So then they have to figure out, the next two. So if this is 6, what's before 6 is 5. After 5 is 4. Yeah, I think so. In the process of making another book. I'm going to make another preschool book, but there's going to be more tracing than this one. This was my first book. It's available on Amazon. And it is abacus based. So there's activities, and they're all abacus-based activities. So this one is, if I give you the number 8 and 6, what is in between? In between is 7. So that was the idea, is that the kids would draw the arrows, or the beads. So this one is 2 and 4, so what's between? Lesson 5 was what comes in between. So we're in the phase of trying to figure out what the relationship of the numbers are. So what's in between? How do you count forwards? How do you count backwards? And then, what was it? And what's around it? Yeah, I think I'll have to change it up a little bit. So here is what comes before and after. So here's the number, that's 4. So what's before 4 is 3. What's after 4 is 5. Yeah. And then I put it in balloons because I like balloons. Hopefully, I don't know. Anyways, so we have this number. The idea is what? Well, there's a 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8. So what's after 8? You add 1, right? So that's 9. But then if this is 8 and you take away 1, that's 7. I think that's okay. And it's just a bunch of questions. And then what else? Numbers, and then we finish the lesson 6. So after lesson 6, it's bigger and smaller. So we have lesson 7, and then it's bigger and smaller. So the idea is to get the kids used to working with the arrows and the flags. So they make their arrows. I don't like the alligators. I like it where, you add the 2 dots if it's more in comparison, and you add the 1 dot with the less. So this one is 1, and this one is 4. You could see that there's more here. So there'll be 2 dots here and 1 dot here. That's what I think. So that's lesson 7, and then and then it was words. I did this because I wanted them to read the words. And then they would have to figure out, which one is it? Is it this way or is it that way? This way or that way? Yeah. And then this was comparing the number symbol and then the abacus. I guess I should do is put items. So we should put items as well. I didn't do one with items. So if I had this, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would have more than this. So it goes like that. I don't know. It's interesting making your own books. And then that's lesson 7. What does that say? Feeling lucky, lesson 7. Encourage more viewers to share. Encourage, I don't know how to share. But then if I share, it's like, I don't know. How do I don't know. Flip camera, set it, comments. Nope, no comment. I have to figure that one out. Encourage to share. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for the reminder. I'm sharing too. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, I'll have to figure that out, how to share. All right. So if I do this, but then I'm sharing. Oh, I see. I have to share individually to people whenever I'm online. That's a lot of people to share to. Huh, okay. Add to story? Add to story. Oh, how about that? Maybe I can add to my story instead. Shared the live. Okay. What am I doing? Promote? No, I don't want to. I think you have to pay for that. I don't want to pay for that. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Share to story. All right. So that's the bigger than, less than. I'm actually going to be done in a few. I'm getting tired. All right. So this is what lesson are we on? I don't know what lesson we're on. We're on lesson 8. So then when they're done with the 8, they have this. They have a sticker. Number 8. Lesson 8. Awesome. All right. So then this is where it gets exciting, right? It gets exciting because we're actually doing adding. We actually can add on the abacus. This one here, I made the abacus, like the to show the quantity. So here is 7. And then the way I broke it up is that we do specific numbers to see the pattern. Oh, yeah. So that was the thing. Here's my analogy. Learning abacus is like learning Legos. What does that mean? Well, Legos is a building block, right? This is a block, right? We know that these are blocks and it can go anywhere, right? These can actually go into a car, right? It can be like, whatever. Or this one can be a pin, a bullpen, like a stand, right? This one can enforce a bridge. Notice it's the same thing, right? So if this was the understanding the numbers on the abacus, that's what I'm doing here. I gotta figure that story out. So so then these same bricks, you take them apart, it can help become a wall. See, it has a window. But because these are the bricks, you know how they move. It's the same thing with abacus, right? So we have the 0 and then we have 1. So all we're doing is we're moving one bead. The idea is to know what it's like to move the one bead. So we have 5 and then we have 6. We have 1. So if that's 1, right? And then this is add 7, 5, 6, 7. So you can add to it and remove it. So the idea is to know what it looks like to add the one bead. So here we have 7, right? And then we add 1. It doesn't matter if you add 1 here or here or here or here. The idea is to see the pattern that we're only adding the one bead. So the kids will see that and then they can see how it decomposes. So on this abacus, you can decompose that this is 8. 8 is 5 and 3. 5 and 3 makes 8. If you take away the 5, that becomes 3. If you add the 5, it becomes 8. And then here is some comments of that was filtered. Let's see. Okay, so here is 3. So when I have 3, the idea is to add the 1, right? The 1 bead, because all the bottom beads have a value of 1. So that's 1. Yep. And then we have, so that would be 4. So the answer here is 4. And then here, right, if we have 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we add the 1, see how we're only moving the 1 bead? So this moving the 1 bead is showing the kids that we're only adding in 1. So this is 9. And it goes into the others. I have it where we're only talking about the +1. We're only adding in 1. And then we add only 2. Because I want to show them the patterns of adding 2. So if I have 7, right? And then add 2, 1, 2. We're only adding these 2 beads. It doesn't matter if it's these 2 beads or these 2 beads or these 2 beads, right? Just the idea is making sure that they only add 2 beads. It can be like this or it can be like this. Yeah. So number patterns is very popular, is very common in abacus. So this was 9, right? Because we had 7. We had 7 and we moved these 2 beads. And it makes 9. Hey, Audrey, do you want to join? What's wrong? Cool. How do I reply? Nope. Nope. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, but I don't know if I could hear you.
Hi. Hold on. Let me see
Hi,
if I can
how's
get
it
this.
going?
There we go. There I am. Hi.
Here you are. Hey, here you are.
I'm still awake.
You're still awake. Oh my God. I saw you in the morning and I was like, oh my God, because I was going to bed at like 2 in the morning for me and you were still awake.
Yeah. I've been pulling a lot of all-nighters.
Why?
I have no idea. I can't shut this thing called the brain off. So
Oh,
I said, since I'm up, I need to get started on my videos because I was going to go live for ACG math tutoring and
yeah,
then figure out a good time for my You Can Tutor.
yeah.
So here I am.
Oh
So
my
then I saw
goodness.
you on here and I'm like, oh, let me come.
Learning a little bit of abacus. I'm actually,
Yes.
I was actually reviewing my, excuse me, I was actually reviewing my workbook and I found that I can improve it.
Yeah. I saw a couple of things. This is like so great. I mean, even for the people that are on there, I think there's about like 16 people that's on here now, which is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And just how you breaking all these concepts down because this abacus, a lot of people just don't realize that this has been around for a long time.
Oh my God. There's this one person. She was like, why do we have to learn abacus? Is that new math? I'm like, lady,
No.
no. So this is my new book.
Oh,
It came in.
nice.
It finally came in. I was like, oh my God. And this was pretty good too. I do have to make a couple more modifications, but I'm gonna go through this book the next time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So my collection's growing.
Because you're up to how many books now? 6?
I'm up 6 books. So I
Nice.
have this one. I have this one. That one is my latest one. This one is after this one. And then I have
Okay.
some themed one. And then I have my coloring book.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is more than more people are on. Like it's
Yeah.
23 people. Welcome
Yeah.
everybody. We're having a conversation.
I mean, this is just great for, I mean, what age would you suggest? Like, this would
Well,
be like the perfect age.
this one here for the preschool, I geared it towards ages 3, ages 4, and 5 if they've not touched anything. But then after like I did this one. I'm actually going to create another one that's not themed, but they can do this one if they're 5, 6, 7, 5 and 3 to 6.
Okay.
So this one I had more tracing. You know, obviously you get better at making more workbooks. So I got this one where it was tracing more and then looking at all of the activities and then trying to relate the abacus to the items. But then we actually I sneak in about the adding and subtracting in it, and then
Mm-hmm.
it goes all the way to 20. And then because we go to 20, that means I start talking about place values as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it was interesting. And then there's activities. So then there's puzzles, like a matching puzzle, and then they cut it. So I wanted them to have scissors so they can practice their fine motor skills. So it was a lot of, yeah, it's interesting to like create my own books, but yeah. Oh, so after this, once they know how to add, then they do this, then we go I can't figure out what the name it. It's like advanced level of plus five form the five frame.
Okay.
I don't know. I got to figure out the naming on that. So then after they do this, there's the minus five, and then after minus five, there's the 10 frame. So this is talking about the 10 frame. See how
Okay.
we talk about the yeah the the numbered bonds. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
See,
thanks.
this is great. This is great.
Thanks.
I mean, like, if for especially for the people that are here, hopefully you guys are sharing this live and showing Lynette some love because this is like the essential piece that parents need to give their kids in order to like solidify basic math. If you can't get
100%. Yeah.
basic math, you can't get anything else. So this is just those number sense and really understanding that whole connection. So hopefully you guys are really getting that.
You know what was really interesting is one of my friends was asking me like, would it be prudent to introduce this to a child that's learning multiplication? And I'm like, well, we don't really learn it. But then she's like, no, no, no. There's a fundamental problem if they don't understand multiplication. And I'm like, oh, is that
Yeah.
what you meant? And it's true. I mean, if they don't understand like the actual numbers and how they move and stuff with the abacus, like just in general, then they won't know what it's like to see it when they have to know their multiplication. So,
Yeah, because
so
I know
yeah,
there's a lot of students, like I have older students and some adults, and there are some kids that just do not, like especially the seven times table, the eights, the
yeah,
seven,
yeah.
eights, and nines especially are always like the hardest. And I think a lot of them missed out on some of those things, especially during the pandemic, and now they're trying to regroup and catch up, and it's a little hard for them.
Yeah, yeah. And that was one thing I was trying to was after I finished this curriculum, I was going to start trying to bring in abacus to like adults and stuff and see if that even works.
Ooh.
If people are open to it. I know some people are open to it, but we'll see. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know I know they're trying to use it as Alzheimer's to deter Alzheimer's because it's like Sudoku, but you're doing math.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, it'd be one thing to introduce because they just like what they say, crossword puzzles. Crossword
Hmm.
puzzles is supposed to deter dementia and Alzheimer's. So abacus also does too, just like Sudoku. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So
Learning something.
so
Learning
what are you up
something.
to? How's your
Yeah.
how's your books coming along?
Um, Notebooks are doing okay. I'm actually writing down some stuff in here so I can do my one question videos. So I'm gonna try
Oh
to do
yeah,
more of those. So
yeah.
wrote down a couple questions of some things for me to put down for my lives.
Good,
So
good.
I had my tutoring sessions. I talked to a couple tutors, selling some courses, trying to remind people or tell people like, "Hey, hi, I'm here."
Yeah,
Just want to let you
yeah,
know that this is what I do and really trying to. And then I got a message from one of my students, and she said to me, one of my former students, I actually taught her when she was in high school, and she's like,
yeah.
"Why aren't you on TikTok University?" I was like, "Say
Oh
what?" And
yeah,
she's like,
I heard.
"Why aren't you on what was it?
Yeah, Hill,
Not
Hill,
Hillman, yeah, Hillman
yeah,
talk. And I'm like, what
yeah,
the heck are you talking about? And I thought it was a joke. And I'm like, here we go. All right. And it's like, no, no,
yeah.
no, no. There is something like that out there. And they're doing their spring semester this week, actually. And a couple of my other kids chimed in and they said, yeah, I'm taking like 60 credits. I'm like, good Lord. What are you learning? But there's so many different types, and I think they said the spring semester is closed right now, but they're thinking about opening it back up for the summer.
That's
So
interesting. Like that's
I
a
don't
thing.
know how I do, but I've reached out to a couple people, sent them some messages. Some people just said, just do a beginning video
Yeah,
and just let that be. And I'm like, okay, all right.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm officially old, so I'm like learning,
yeah. You and
just
me
learning,
both. You and me both.
absolutely learning. So
Yeah,
it was just kind of cool. See what
yeah.
happens. So that's what I'm doing. So getting ready for a couple videos. Want to do a couple one step stuff, or one problem videos, and then see if I can go live just to kind of wrap things up and see how things are going. See what times will work best.
For
So
you?
that's yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I decided Wednesdays in the morning for me. And then I was gonna do every day for like maybe 5, 10 minutes and just talk about like a math standard,
Mm,
and how it relates to abacus. And I think that will really help me solidify my research, really.
hmm
Right? Because then I can be like, okay, well, I have, if you're talking about coordinality, right? And then I can say, well, I have worksheets to talk about coordinality. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I just the problem is wrangling and organizing my thoughts. That's the tough part.
Yeah. It's like
Yes.
what to talk about. Like, okay, it's great that there's like three people on here, which is awesome. And
Yeah,
it's like
you, me.
talk to us and see like what is it that's really keeping you going? Because I feel like I need to be consistent. That's just my thing. But it's
Yeah.
kind of like, what is it that's really drawing you guys in? And is it because we're being real with it? Like, this is what it is. This is how you can do, and this is how you can teach your kids to learn. You're
Yeah.
going to need something like this for like the summer or any of those down times because when you give a kid like a weekend, all of a sudden they can't remember their names. So it's like imagine when they're off for like weeks at a time, when
Yeah.
before you know it, spring break will be here or not even spring break, summer will be here before you know it. Like
Yeah.
hell, February 1st is on Saturday. So it's
Oh
like
yeah, that's right.
flying.
Yeah.
Um,
The month is done.
it basically, yeah, because I think a lot of our kids in Maryland, I think they're going to have parent teacher conferences like this week. So
Okay.
I have really like weird mixture of kids for tutoring,
Yeah.
but just really just putting something out there, and it's just a matter of like we're putting good stuff out there. It's just when's it going to stick, and we don't know, but we're just going to keep pushing and keep putting things out there that can
Oh.
be beneficial for you guys.
Yeah. Did you ever for you come across a for you with math teachers talking in a podcast? Have you seen that?
No.
Okay,
No.
I'll see if I can send it to you. But yeah, it was really interesting. It was like a bunch of teachers sitting around. They're math teachers and they're just talking. I mean, they're like at your level. Like I think they were high school and middle school. I don't know if they do elementary school.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, let me know.
it was just a round table of like a bunch of teachers. I'm like, huh, okay. I
Yeah,
was looking at them and I was like, huh, interesting.
right.
So
Oh
yeah,
yeah. And then shoot, you know me, I'll I'll go out and reach out and be like, "Hey, how you doing? This is Audrey."
yeah, that was fantastic. Reaching out. What was her
Yeah.
name? Evelyn.
Evelyn, yes,
Evelyn.
from Impact Math. She's awesome.
Yeah,
She's awesome. So,
yeah.
but and that's what I was doing. That's like throughout the day, a little bit of research of like seeing what's out there, seeing what topics need to be covered, taking a
Yeah,
look at
yeah,
what my students are dealing with so I can carry some of those things over into like
yeah,
those one question problems. So,
yeah. That'd be good. You got it all set up already?
most of it is. I just had like two more, and then I saw you, and I was like, "Oh, let me chime
Squirrel.
in."
Yeah.
Story of my life.
All
It's
right.
like, all right, at least my bed is made. It's not like, okay, let's go here, let's go here. We got tutoring, and then we got this, and then we got research, and let's get something to eat, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, it's all kinds of crazy. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
think
this is
I'm
awesome.
gonna finish. I'm gonna finish recording my videos for my class. I've got another 27 videos to do. Oh my God, it's so many. But once I get that done, then I gotta start working on my next book, which is book 7.
Okay, wow,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Moving.
It's
It's moving.
awesome.
And then it'll be a bundle. Then I could sell the bundle.
Nice. And I'm like,
Yeah.
look at it. It's like good quality stuff. It's not like, oh, just 50 pages. It's not just 25 pages. It's not stuff that you guys see
Oh yeah.
in the Dollar Trees and they're just only a couple pages long. Like you're seeing hundreds of pages, like lots
And
of
there's answer
practice,
keys. Yeah.
answer keys, puzzles, activities, building your own abacus. It just all those things wrapped up in one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
But
how much
it's
thinking.
such a rare, it's such, I don't want to say it's rare, but it's like, it's not the latest of the greatest. It's not just something that's a flash in the pan. It is an art form to learn how to do math on the abacus. Like, and you won't forget it. Like, it's not like
So
a one and done type thing.
So in comparison, here is what the abacus looks like now. Here's what I'm dealing with. So this is the abacus workbook that, that we've been using. And so I was like,
Hmm.
there's got to be a more interesting way. So in comparison, you have this or you have that.
Yeah. Right. Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down, buying your book.
In comparison, yeah. And so yeah, and if you ever do a workbook, I highly suggest doing it reviewing every question,
Hmm.
because you can create the question and you'll be like, oh, it's not supposed to be this number. And so I
Exactly.
actually had to modify. I had to actually modify my latest book because it just didn't. The numbers were just not working well. It's
Mm.
interesting. So when you get there, I'm sure you're going to create your own ACG um,
Yeah.
placer workbook.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about it, and I already got a couple of suggestions, and I already gave away people a couple of suggestions, like to make workbooks more interactive.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I that will be something for me for the summer. I just right now I cannot. I still have spots available for my tutoring. If you have anyone for Algebra 1 and up to
Algebra one.
pre-calculus. Yeah.
Yeah,
Algebra 1 up to
yeah.
pre-calculus. I'm good with that. If you need calculus, I got a guy. So I got a guy. That's all I got to say. And I can hook you up with that one. But
Well,
anything from Algebra 1 up to pre-calculus and even AP pre-calculus, I can do
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you learning it too now? Pre-cal?
Pre-calc, I'm just like refreshing because a lot of
Oh,
it was just like, oh, I know this. Oh, okay, that's
oh.
easy. Because of all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
things that I'm doing with Algebra 2 and a little bit with just general pre-calc. And I'm like, when I
Yeah.
do the AP, I'm like, oh, okay, they're just
Yeah,
trying to be
yeah.
extra. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
just trying to break things down. So it's not too bad. So it's not
Yeah.
strenuous. Not like I have to
Okay,
sit
okay.
down and if it
Yeah.
was statistics, definitely. No, I can't. That's not me. That's not my world. Again, I got a guy.
All right, lady. I'm gonna head out.
Alrighty. Well, this was fun. We never
Yeah.
missed an option.
Yeah.
All right. right. So have a good night. I'm gonna finish and do what I need to do, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.